The fact that I'm filming this clip right now is really not good because I'm running so behind. I'm not even running behind. I actually woke up before my alarm today, shocker. I always wake up before my alarm, but it's just one of those mornings where I'm automatically just running late because I'm going to be covering a court case that's about 45 minutes away, and that means I have like no time to work on anything when I get into the office. Like writing scripts and all, it's really a time crunch because if I get in at 3:30 and I need to be live by 5 o'clock, that does not give me much time to work on anything. So yeah, I'm gonna quickly put on some makeup, straighten my hair, do the whole thing, and then get into work. Alright, so I got into work literally 20 minutes ago, did a couple of things, but I'm gonna have to do most of it from the field today just because of how little time I have. But right now I am waiting in the tunnel at Local 12. This is where reporters typically wait for photographers to drive up and pick them up so you can go to the story. Life update, right now it is 5:03. Our first hit was at 5:01, but we did not have it. There is some sort of technical issue happening at the station where we have not been able to get our dial in, which allows me to hear the show, allows me to speak with producers, all that stuff. And anytime you're working with technology, bad things are gonna happen. Keep in mind, my entire job is working with technology. It is just about as dreary of a Monday as it could possibly be. I mean, obviously Monday are always a little bit not the best day, but then also the story we're covering is horrible.
Sheila, a teenager is dead, and it took police less than a day to track down a suspect and make an arrest. This morning, 21-year-old Mazan DeMarco Amison will appear before a judge.
And I always say as a TV news reporter, you take yourself out of the story. It's what you have to do in order to report on it, because if you really think about it, it's just not, you just can't report on it. But I'm human. I still, even when I'm not thinking about it, it's a rough story. And then obviously it is pouring rain. But I wanted to show you guys what we have to do when it is raining. Think about it. We have all of this expensive camera equipment. By the way, I keep saying we, I didn't do any of this. This is photographer Adam Robbins. He has a light on his bag. I am currently editing this video and I am currently cringing. A lot of you guys ask how I stay so awake at 5 o'clock in the morning, such early hours. The answer is I don't. A light on his bag. And then this is something that I think Adam created, a little umbrella stand to protect his camera in the rain. So what he's using is, this is typically a light stand, and then he just puts his Local 12 umbrella right above that. Pretty nifty. And then yes, this is the view that I will see when I'm talking to nobody. Seriously guys, I tell you all the time, it truly feels like I'm talking to myself. I don't ever think about the fact that anyone is seeing this other than me and then the photographer I'm with. Like, it will truly never get into my brain that other humans see this, which is a good thing because then I can just talk, you know? I don't have to worry about it. It's what makes me not nervous. And just like that, our Monday is over, done and dusted. And really all I did for the rest of the day is continue working on that story, but for the later shows. So shot something for the 4 o'clock show, and then I was live in studio with that story for the noon, which is really nice because being live an hour away at noon is not ideal because then obviously I'm not gonna get out on time. So if we don't have to be live on a location at noon, they'll just let us come back and do something in studio or tape a look live where we tape it there and then it airs later, like what I did for the 4. But I have some serious things that I want to talk to you guys about. But first, I must complete my daily ritual of calling Mother. I call my mom literally every single day after work.
Hey, Clancy.
Hey, Mom.
How are you doing?
Good. Recording a video for YouTube, so say hello.
Hello, YouTube.
I'm just doing a week in my life type thing.
Oh, you are, and I'm part of your life. Hooray.
Are you honored?
I am. How was your weekend?
Okay, do you guys want to know how much of a freak I am? I just got back from the post office, and when I drove into my apartment complex, there was a woman sitting in her car in the spot next to me. And I got out of the car, and that's when she got out of her car and was walking about, I don't know, like 15, 20 feet behind me, and all of a sudden I'm walking and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what if her goal is to kill me? What if her goal was to kill the first person who pulled up in that spot, and now she's following me and she's gonna come into my apartment? And long story short, I just started running up all of the stairs to my apartment, into my unit, and she could see me start running, and she was probably like, what? I'm in my work clothes, my work bag and everything. I don't know, I get these weird thoughts. But I wanted to sit down and talk with you guys about something that's kind of more on the serious side of things. It's about something that I would like to change. Not even that I would like to change, that I am on a mission to change. And it has to do with how much I care about my appearance. And you guys know, I'm a TV news reporter. So much of my job is me, like my physical being, my face, like that, you know, I'm doing the reports, I'm on TV, thousands of people are seeing me. Even scratch that, I mean, even just this, YouTube, where I am putting myself out there. And throughout it all, I just feel like it's resulted in me caring so much about what I look like, which is something I don't want to admit. I'd love to come on here and say, oh, I don't even think twice about it. No, I do, and I've realized lately, just within the past couple of weeks, maybe months, that I care way too much. Like, I'll do my live shots throughout the morning, you know, yada, 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 and then I'll come back to the station and I'll see what I looked like throughout the morning, and there are so many times where I'm just not happy, whether it's my hair's a mess, my face just looks oily or greasy, or just not what I want. And I tell myself that's just the way it has to be. I'm a TV news reporter, my appearance matters. It's not like an accountant or a lawyer or a doctor, like my appearance matters because I'm on TV. But no, the only thing I have to be is professional looking. I don't have to be a model. I don't have to be the most beautiful person in, you know, the state. Like, no one is telling me I have to be that. Society pretty much says, you know, you have to look this way and that way and yada, 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 but why not write my own rules? Because in the amount of time that I'm focusing so much on my looks and doing my hair, doing my makeup, making sure this looks right, that looks right, I have realized, and it took me years to realize this, that I am neglecting the most important part of me, which is like what's on the inside. And that sounds so cheesy. No, seriously, I literally just realized it, that if I put in the same amount of time into my appearance that I put into who I am as a human, I would be a much better human. To be honest, being on air, being on TV, having your appearance such a prominent factor in your job, like that is probably my least favorite thing about what I do. And it is honestly one of the reasons I almost didn't get into this industry. I did not decide to become a TV news reporter. It was not set in stone. It was in my mind, but it was not set in stone until second semester senior year. And one of the big things I actually wrote in my diary was that I didn't want to have to put such value in my looks, because I knew if I was gonna be on TV every day and putting my face out there, I was gonna do everything I could to make it look as good as possible. And I knew that was gonna drive me crazy, because here's the thing, you could try and try and try. There's always gonna be something. There is literally always going to be something that you can change or that you don't like. It's just an endless cycle. And I feel like, just especially with being on YouTube for so long, I grew up, I mean, I pretty much grew up on YouTube, and I grew up hearing that looks were so important, because if you look at my comments, at least half of them have to do with what I look like. Whether it's, hey, love your hair, hey, hate your smile, tell me about your skincare routine. It has a lot to do with appearance. And so I just grew up thinking, oh, well, this is the most important thing, but it's not the case. All right, so I saw some of the footage from my last clip yesterday, and I feel like we need to continue the conversation because I don't know, I just feel like I didn't really say everything I wanted to say, or it didn't come out the way I entirely intended. I don't know. Whenever I have things on my mind, I just feel like it's hard to actually get them out there. To be very clear, you are still gonna see me put on makeup every single morning, and I'm still gonna, you know, do my hair, put on a cute outfit, that type of thing. So it's not like I'm gonna go from, you know, 100 to 0, because I feel like sometimes people do that. They like just completely stop caring at all, and that's not the case. Like, I don't want that. I want you to still look like a professional human, you know. Not that not wearing makeup makes you look not professional, but I don't know. I still want to look put together. My point is that I just don't want it to like take over my life. So if I'm currently at 100 with, oh my gosh, need to look good, yada, 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 and 0 is not caring at all, I want to be at like a 50. And I don't know, I just feel like, especially in the TV news industry, there's just like this pressure to be perfect. And honestly, I feel like that's like any industry though. Because yeah, the TV industry is very brutal. I mean, you're judged so much on your looks, you're judged so much on your outward appearance. People expect you to be a robot. I mean, that's a comment I get all the time, saying like, oh my gosh, you're not a robotic TV news reporter, because you guys see I post my bloopers and stuff. That's the thing, from an early stage, I mastered the art of, okay, I'm not gonna be perfect when it comes to my performance. I'm gonna mess up, I'm gonna stumble, I'm not gonna be perfect. And I accepted that, and it made life a lot better for me, because trust me, when I first started out in the TV news industry, I thought you had to be perfect, and it really, like, one mess up and I was thinking about it for 3 days. Seriously, when I say mess up, I just mean like, I don't know, like a momentary stumble, something that was not even that big of a deal. So I mastered the art of not caring about that and realizing I'm not gonna be some sort of perfect robot. So I just need to master the art of realizing I'm not always gonna look 100%. I mean, in the TV news industry, there's actually a whole movement. I don't know if you guys have heard about Black women wearing their hair naturally. A lot of them, they're TV news directors and bosses or whatever, they say they expect them to get their hair treated or straightened. It's just not feasible. I mean, it fries their hair. It takes so much time. It's so expensive, and they'd much prefer wearing their hair natural. And a lot of them are too scared because they feel like they're not going to be able to. And then finally, there was this movement by one of the main ABC anchors, like ABC network anchors, Janae Norman. Yeah, it's wonderful to see, and it's like, they look beautiful. That's the thing. It's like their hair is so beautiful anyway. I feel like we have this one like ideal of beauty that we think we need to look like, but it's really not the case. I mean, take it from me, who is just an outside party, like, your hair looks beautiful natural. One girl actually said she was fired because she started wearing her hair naturally, and apparently like her boss said that's not what she looked like when they hired her. So I mean, we actually have a clause in our contracts that basically says you have to keep looking like how you looked when you were hired. They hired you for, you know, your talents and your look, like your appearance, and if you suddenly do something very drastic or different or don't upkeep it, essentially, you could get fired. Also, I really want to read some sort of self-improvement book, or even like a guided journal, that type of thing, where you write in it. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know, because I love that type of stuff. I really want to start reading more of that because I feel like they really helped me, like that type of thing, but I really don't even know where to start when it comes to looking for one. Also, this whole thing is really tricky because it's like, okay, I'm focusing more on my inside, not my outside, not my appearance, but does this mean I can't put on self-tanner? You know what I mean? It's a tricky thing. And no, I don't think that's the case. I think you can do all that stuff, and a lot of people do all that stuff without thinking twice. And you want to feel your best, you know, look your best, feel your best, all that. And let me know, I mean, do you guys ever, even if you don't work in the TV news industry, do you ever like think about this stuff or realize like, hey, I'm spending way too much time? I mean, YouTube, like I got into YouTube because I was so obsessed with makeup and the beauty community, and it's all so superficial. Why am I so into it? Like, I don't know. I can't be the only one, but I hate that. And actually, about 2 years ago, when I was working in Dayton, I realized I had extra time on my hands. This was before I started dating Zach. I was just alone in Dayton, and I decided I want to do something to, you know, better myself and those around me. Either one, like I want to do something that makes me feel good. And I was either going to A, join a gym to get myself physically active, make myself feel good that way, or start volunteering somewhere. Looked into a few options. I was gonna volunteer possibly at Dayton Children's or a food bank that I'd worked with on stories. Long story short, last minute I chose to join LA Fitness. You don't have infinite time, so I really could not choose both. And I know you're probably like, you could if you wanted to. Like, yes, but I was already going crazy doing my YouTube and my full-time job, so I just wanted to do one, or focus on one at that time. And I remember telling the guys, he was giving me a tour, I really shouldn't be here. I was going to either do volunteering or the gym, and I feel selfish. And I mean, he was trying to sell me a membership, make money. So obviously he told me, you're not selfish. This is, you know, the best thing for you and others and blah, blah, blah. Long story short, don't tell your life problems to someone trying to sell you something. And at this point we are rambling, and we're also probably a little bit late for work. I'm not even gonna look at the time because it stresses me out, and I know I'm on time. Like, I'm not actually late, but I get stressed out. So we're not gonna look at the time. We're just gonna get ready and go to work. Also, I have no idea what my story is today, and that kind of stresses me out. Oh my goodness. I just got into work and received the sweetest letter from a viewer ever. I'm covering up her address here, but first of all, look at her handwriting. Second of all, I don't even know what to say. This was so sweet. Basically, she just talked about how one of my videos made her want to go into broadcast journalism. That just made my morning. She wrote it to my work address, which obviously I don't give out my home address. It'd be very weird on the internet, but a few of you guys have written to my work address, which it just makes my freaking day. Like, I don't even know what to say. We're just gonna be real here. To say my morning was rough would be an understatement. It started out okay.
Hey Sheila, I don't think you could walk 5 feet in a department store without seeing the words made in China, and that's exactly why these new tariffs could be bad news for shoppers.
And then it got cold, and it got windy. And wind and a reporter, they just don't go together, especially with hair. It's just not a good thing. I feel so vulnerable when it's windy because you just look like an idiot. Like, you're like talking and it's like going like in your mouth. Just not a good look. And just so you guys don't think I'm dramatic, Adam, how cold was it this morning?
It was cold.
You were dying.
It was cold for 35 degrees. My hair was blowing in my face.
All your hair, all of your little beard hairs are just like, burr. I actually kind of need a haircut. My hair is getting so long for being a reporter. It's like an old like thing where it's, I don't know, like an old myth, like, oh, reporters need to have short hair. And my mom always, every time my hair gets this length, is like, you look like a teenager. But I don't know, like in my personal life, I like having some hair sometimes, okay? So I'm delaying a chop. And actually, I think I might even just get a trim. Anyway, on our way to our story of the day, it has to do with beauty and skincare. Hello, sign me up. My ideal story. Yours too, Adam?
Can't wait.
All right, so we're at the PNG Beauty Center. That's not the exact name. I'll put it here if I can find it. But we've got our safety glasses that just make us look extra cool, honestly. It's funny because other people are like, oh, we have to wear them. I'm like, yeah, this is so freaking cool. So we were just in the hair salon section, which is where they test hair products.
We bring consumers in here to do hair studies. So when we're testing different shampoo, conditioner, and styling technologies, we bring them in here, and oftentimes we'll do like half hair studies where we do one half is a control and the other half is the product we're evaluating. So then we can really understand how our products are working relative to either competitive products or nothing at all.
I found my shampoo. If anyone wants to know, I use the Pantene Clean and conditioner. But right now, what we're working on for the story is the skincare, specifically See Me Beauty, which is for older women. All right, so this is a little behind the scenes of how we get what's called B-roll video. It's one of those cheesy, but you have to have it shots of the girls walking. And you can just, look off, look wherever. Just want everyone to know, Adam and I left the facility. The first thing he says to me is, you better start using those products. It's meant for women over 50. Like, what are you trying to say?
Oh, really?
All right, so I just got back from work, and before I even took my jacket off or made lunch or anything, I wrote the reply message to this letter that I got this morning, which, by the way, was seriously the sweetest thing I've ever seen in my life. And in her letter, she included this card of a questions and answers segment for me to answer some of her questions. So that is what I used to help write my letter, and I think we should have envelopes up here, please. Yes, we do. I am going to mail this, and I just want you guys to know how much I appreciate when you do something like this, when you're that kind. When you message me, and I don't know, it just, every single message you guys send me means the world, and I hope I can show you guys that I truly do care. And thank you. Seriously, thank you, thank you, thank you. Changed into comfy clothes, and you guys would be so happy to see that, yes, I am indeed switching things up from my normal meals. We've got rice, we've got chicken, we've got broccoli, but a lot more than what I just did. So yeah, this is my brown rice, chicken, and broccoli bowl. I've been switching it up and doing this for a little bit lately. And by the way, if you have no idea what I'm talking about when I say I've been switching it up, that means you're probably new here. Welcome. You can hit the subscribe button, join the family. But yeah, everyone knows I eat the same things like all the time, so this is exciting that I'm kind of branching out a little bit. All right, so right now I'm in the break room at Local 12, and I deserve this break. It has been a hectic morning where I had 6 live shots, each one a half hour apart, and I was at 6 different locations. We were featuring women-owned businesses for a walk tonight, and oh my gosh, it was a lot, but it was so much fun.
Everyone knows the best way to start out a morning is with some bicep curls. I am still thinking about everything I ate for Thanksgiving, and I'm thinking about everything I'm gonna be eating this entire holiday season. So we had to start out at the Barcode. And if you've ever been tired, this is the place for you, aka us, Morning News team. And if you've ever been anxious, this is also the place for you. This is Balance Health Management. My weather app says it's 20 degrees, but this jacket says, oh, that's not a problem at all. Right now, we are at Down to Mars Vintage. This is one of the cutest boutiques I have ever stepped into. If you come out tonight, you have to come here. If not for the cute accessories, then just for this coat to stay warm, because I'm telling you, super warm. Sheila, right now I'm at Sewindipity Lounge, and the thing about this place is you walk in a TV news reporter and you come out a full-on sewing machine. Here at Algin, it is all about making an entrance. And the really cool thing is not just what you can buy. Yes, this little egg seat is amazing, but also the fact that there are so many girl bosses who help make it happen. Right now I'm here with 2 of those girl bosses. We have Yvonne and Pam. And if you're at a furniture store, of course, you just have to sit in every single couch. So I don't think I've sat in this one yet. Oh, that is a dream. For now, though, I'll send it back to you in your mediocre studio chairs.
Maybe they can charge more now. Since Clancy sat there, I know.
She dissed us. She said we have, we do have mediocre chairs.
We do. My back hurts.
And let's be real here. I'm not even having a break or taking lunch or anything like that. I'm just working on my YouTube, editing a video, as I always do. Today, after my live shots, I had to go out and get MOS for a separate story. And if you're not a TV news reporter, you probably don't know what MOS is. But any reporter out there will tell you it is a dreaded, it's not a word, it's an abbreviation. It stands for man on straight. So basically what you have to do is just go up to random humans and say, hey, can you talk on camera about XYZ? It could be anything, on gas prices or business shutting down, anything. It's just the whole process. So many people don't want to go on camera and you just feel like you're bothering them. And today happened to be 20 degrees. So I'm standing out in the cold, and finally I had this one woman, and I have never
put so much effort into something in my life where I was like, please, you were the only one. And it probably took me, I want to say, a good like 16, 17 minutes to get her to finally go on camera, which doesn't sound like a long time, but it was 20 degrees outside. And finally she agreed, and it really felt like I won the Pulitzer Prize. So no, I don't have any aspirations to win the Pulitzer Prize. I just want to get my MOS.
So I just got back from Target and I want to show you the most interesting Target haul you'll ever see.
Nice little New York sweatshirt, gotta wrap the roots, some wrapping paper to wrap all those presents. And then of course, we've got the grapes. You always gotta have grapes. This right here is how you know it was a stressful morning. I was running so late, could not even find the time to hang up pants that I tried on and decided looked disgusting. And that's the thing, my morning is so planned to a T where I'm truly on a time crunch, so that if I try on a pair of pants and they don't really look nice and I have to try on another, I'm already running late. And there is truly nothing worse than trying something on and having it look bad in the morning, because not only am I thinking, oh my gosh, you're running late, I'm also thinking, oh my gosh, you looked terrible in that, you should probably burn it. Not really, I'm obviously not thinking about that. And actually, gosh, going along with the whole theme of this vlog that I need to stop caring about what I look like, I should not be saying that, but clearly you could see I'm a work in progress. And by the way, this is my new Target sweatshirt. Put this on, but then did not look in the mirror, and I am liking this. Poor Zach does his laundry at night, but he obviously can't come into the bedroom when I'm sleeping to put it away, so I always find it here, just folded and ready to go for the next day. Sorry, Zach.
Good morning, guys. This morning has been a scramble. So I got into work at 3:30. And I had to be somewhere 55 minutes away, live at 5. And if you do the math, it does not give me much time to do anything, but I'm actually covering an extremely disturbing case this morning.
Sheila, today 2 men will come to the courthouse who are complete strangers with unrelated cases, yet they're accused of the same exact thing: animal cruelty.
And I do have to say, animal cruelty cases, they get to me. But this is the life of a TV news reporter. You have to cover things that sometimes are not the most fun or glamorous, or just things that kind of make your stomach turn.
Right now it's 7:47, the hearing doesn't start till 10, so to kill some time, Adam and I are driving around looking at Miami University, and it's so weird to think that right now these humans are walking to class, so they're 8 a.m.s.
And I distinctly remember thinking an 8 a.m. class was the earliest thing ever that I could not do. Adam, when you were in school, were you an early class person or like a night class or what?
I was an early class person, but I never went.
Adam, I was about to...
I couldn't get out of bed.
And now you get out of bed at all kinds of hours. There was actually a YouTube video where I don't even remember this, but someone commented the other day where I was complaining about how if you have an 8 a.m., you obviously can't get ready for class. Fun fact, I would wear my pajamas to my 8 a.m.s. I wouldn't brush my hair. I'd just leave it in a bun. I just was that girl, which looking back on, I'm like, oh, you probably should have, like, I don't know, changed out of the pajamas. Adam, you were actually just saying that the animal abuse stories are like some of the ones that actually bother you, right?
Yeah, those are the ones, child abuse and animal abuse, so I don't like covering.
And you said that was the child abuse was after you had a kid?
After I had my kids, yeah.
That'd have to be hard.
Are you desensitized, Clancy?
What's that mean?
Are you desensitized to other stories like fires?
What I feel is that in the moment I'm desensitized. I have one goal in mind, is to report, but unless there are times that I'm like, I get really bothered by things I see.
See, I don't think about it.
At all?
At all.
Why?
I don't want to think about it.
So it's like you've taught yourself not to?
Yeah, it's just TV. If I take that home with me, it'll drive you nuts.
No, that's why you do have to like separate yourself from it like completely. Are there some times where you like it's hard for you?
When we actually talk to the victims or the victims' families is when it can get to you.
Yes, I agree with that, because like there are times I cover fires and the authorities tell me things that happen and it doesn't hit as hard, but then when you actually talk to the victims, yeah, it can be a little bit tough. Even like right now, like you could see, like we're covering this animal abuse case, but even I'm talking about it for this vlog, but I wouldn't be thinking about this from 7:50 to 10 a.m. Like,
nope.
You try to just get it. Let's drive around Miami University and think about something else. Life update. I just asked Adam how many people go to Miami University. His answer:
a bunch.
That's so helpful. Yeah. Also, tell them my new nickname for you.
She calls me Ogre because I grunt a lot.
Ogre Dad.
Ogre Dad. And my corny dad jokes.
He has so many dumb dad jokes.
I like them.
I don't.
All right, guys, time for a food haul, as Adam just called it, the unboxing.
It's called the Munch and Crunch, which is turkey, American. And you get to pick your bag of chips and they crunch it on there for you.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that looks amazing.
Some honey mustard. This is gonna make a mess though.
That's okay.
I'm not gonna bite and do the thumbs up.
Thumbs up! Guys, right now we're doing something I never do. We're going to Starbucks, and I never get Starbucks, and I debated it in my head. I feel so guilty. I just feel like it's such a waste of money, and my soul is telling me yes. So it's not like just my stomach or my brain. No, it's my soul. We have secured the goods, and it is a very good thing that I'm not on a time crunch right now, because that was literally a 20-minute wait. So I do not miss the whole college crowded lifestyle at all. Also, it's so funny because anyone would have assumed I'm a student, but it looks so weird that at 9 a.m. my whole face is just covered in makeup. I mean, that sounds so unglamorous, just covered in makeup. Let's try it. They got my order wrong. We're going back. I can taste caramel. Basically, my order is iced coffee, soy milk, unsweetened. How did this happen? All right, we are back in business. The girl was so sweet. Accidents happen. Let's see if this is my drink now. That's the one. What I've been craving, it's what I've been wanting. Also, my hand is about to fall off. I always put the timestamp so you guys know what time it is. And I really need to start putting the temperature stamp so you guys know that I'm truly experiencing sadness. All right, so we just went into court. The man did not end up entering a plea, so the case is going to go to a trial. And right now, Adam is editing our look live, as it's called. Pretty much, we're just setting this back for the noon so that we don't have to be here live and we can possibly get back on time. And I ended up I brought my own oatmeal and then mixed it at a gas station, which is a nice little hack for a free breakfast on the road. See the consistency. This is looking nice. All right, so I clearly just got out of the shower, but today was a long day, and then I got a message that said I had a package, which I was kind of confused about because I hadn't ordered anything, and I was like, what? Went to the mailroom, saw the package, saw it was from my college, Marist College in Poughkeepsie, New York, where I went to for 4 years, and my school sent me a present. I got this card that said Happy Holidays, and basically just saying, hey, from Marist, you're doing great things in Cincy. This is some Marist gear so you don't forget about us. First things first, I have this Marist Columbia sweatshirt, which I am in love with. This is my type of sweatshirt. Then I got this Marist knit hat, the cutest scarf ever, Marist on it. And if you guys don't know what college I went to and what it looks like, feast your eyes on this. It's seriously one of the most beautiful schools in the world. When I saw this, it just made me feel so blessed and just grateful. It's so weird to think that I am a few years out from being in college. This is all from the Dean of Admissions, and I actually met him when I worked on these Marist Word on the River videos. If you type it on YouTube, you can find it, which started out as me just doing it for fun. Like, I auditioned, it was for fun, and then they ended up paying me for it. So it was like my job in college. And that's why a lot of you ask, like, what are the steps to become a news reporter? What do you have to do? And it's like, the answer is you kind of have to work your butt off. I was doing so many things on the side. I was also hosting a show. I was also anchoring for our TV station. You work your butt off, but it doesn't feel like work because you love it. And if it feels like work, that's kind of a warning sign. Anyway, random tangent. I just wanted to say, I feel like I'm gonna cry right now. I miss my school. Go Red Foxes. This was the nicest thing in the entire world. Guys, we made it. It's Friday. And this morning's story was on former Governor Matt Bevin and how he pardoned more than 400 criminals, and people are angry.
Sheila, Matt Bevin told the Washington Post he's a big believer in second chances, and his latest moves are definitely proof of that. Just a couple of days ago, a convicted child rapist walked out of the Kenton County Jail a free man, and he is not the only one.
And for the second half of my day, fingers crossed, as long as there's no breaking news, I am going to be writing. That story I shot with Procter & Gamble, oh my gosh, these shots look good. And I'm gonna be writing the story right now. All right, guys, so a lot of time has passed. Like, we are talking hours, but that's because I told you guys I was gonna write a package, do all this stuff, and then all of my plans got derailed because I got a call from engineering and they wanted to give me a new work phone. They're just rolling out new iPhones for all of the reporters. That took a very long time. So I pretty much just spent my entire afternoon, it's really morning for me still, but the end of my shift getting a new work phone. I do get a lot of questions because you'll oftentimes see me holding two phones. So yes, I have my personal phone, this right here. This one is the iPhone XR, and then I also have my work phone. This is the iPhone 8. We're just constantly taking pictures and videos and all of that for our job, so it makes sense that, you know, if I had to do it on my personal phone, there'd just be a lot. So yeah, and also just all my contacts for my work on here. I don't have to give out my personal cell because we're constantly giving out our numbers, so that is really nice. But the same exact thing happened this week that happened for my last work week in my life, where I started editing the video midweek and panicking, realizing, oh my gosh, I have too much footage. And like, that's like a good problem to have, but I don't think you understand. Like, I probably had 2 hours worth of footage. Like, the amount that I've trimmed out that I don't even want to have to trim out, but this would be an hour-long vlog otherwise, is insane. Yeah, these videos can get a little bit long. I'm actually frightened to see how long this one's gonna be, which is why I actually need to shut up and end this video. But I'm about to go out with my friend Rachel is visiting right now. She is a reporter in Baltimore. I met her at my last station in Dayton, so she is visiting, a lot of fun. And also, here's a little, this is like my my everyday makeup. You guys, I feel like, always either see me TV news reporter makeup, oh my gosh, so much of it, or absolutely nothing. So this is if I'm just hanging out, going out in the town. We've got, you know,
the basics, I don't know, just very basic. I'm gonna just go ahead and dream big and talk to you guys later, and let me know if you guys enjoyed watching this and if you want to see more work weeks in my life.